Any other objections to the bow video from anybody?
Is it wrong? Yeah. But to each their own.
Is it what?
Is it wrong? Yeah.
Wrong.
It's wrong to bow?
It's wrong.
I mean, okay.
Well, look, we'll go ahead. Why do you think it's wrong?
Aren't you the type of person who wants to see as women as equal to you?
What do you
or
mean?
No? Because I feel like your whole argument is
We established at the beginning, equality is not there, as in jobs,
I
as
could
in
just turn this around
relationships.
on you. Okay, like why do women want men to open the car door? Why do women want men to open doors? Why do women want men to pay for first dates? Like, do you want a guy to pay for the first date?
I don't care.
You don't care?
I don't care.
You have no preference? Okay.
I mean, it would be nice, but
there's
do I care?
no gender expectations at all when it comes to what you want in a man?
Gender expectations.
Not like there's not. I mean, it could be
Leader?
the case. Maybe
Leading?
there's nothing. Huh?
Leading?
Oh, leading.
Yeah.
Why?
Because
That's not very equal of you to expect him to
Yeah.
put in that effort.
It takes a lot of work
Okay.
to lead.
Yeah, leading's responsibility.
I just think bowing is a little bit overkill, but
Why?
also it's like you're submitting yourself. It's like 100-0.
Do men want submissive women?
Yes.
Wait, it's 100 to 0?
It feels like
You
it.
think? Wait, you
It's
think?
just kind of like
hold
they're
on.
like a peasant. No?
Oh, there's things that are way more submissive than a simple bow. I mean, if you actually think about the physicality of it, it's actually quite benign. Takes 2 seconds. Anybody can do it. It doesn't take any effort, right?
Yeah, but looking at the video, she's cooking for you. Her whole life is designated to serving you.
What's wrong with that?
That's why I'm saying it's like 0-100, is it not?
Oh, you can do way more than that. That's the
guess.
that's the easy shit. That's the easy shit. Wait until there's a situation where she disagrees with me.
Okay, but like also in
Like
my
I want her to
perspective,
sell the boat, and she doesn't want to sell the boat. You know?
so I think that's wrong.
Oh, okay. Why?
I feel like
If
it's
you love them, you don't change them like that.
Why is
Okay,
it wrong?
but so I guess I guess the reason I bring up the bow thing is it's like this fairly innocent, totally benign action. It takes no effort from the woman, but you guys see it as like, oh, it's disrespectful. It's actually no. It's like it's the smallest little gesture that you can do to show that you respect your partner. And I think what's interesting to me is, like, women, you have these expectations on men. You want a guy to do all the chivalrous bullshit, open the car door, be a gentleman. You want a guy to like walk on the inside of the sidewalk, so that way if a fucking car comes he has to die and you get to live. He can protect you, whatever it is. You'd want a guy to take a bullet for you. You want all these things. You want a guy to pay for dates. You want a guy to take all the risks of rejection. And throughout the course of a courtship, there's like at least a dozen different points where a guy could, have to take initiative and risk rejection. You want a guy to take the initiative. You want a guy to make the first move. You guys want men should do these things. You want men to do all these things. But the moment men say, well, I want a woman to do this, women should do this, it's like, you get all bent out of shape if men start saying women should. But you guys don't have any issue with saying men should. And it's just interesting to me, like, okay, a woman will have sex with a guy on the first date. Let him ejaculate inside of her. Let him ejaculate on her face or in her mouth, and she'll swallow it. You'll do that shit, but hold on, pump the brakes for the bow?
It's
You
like
won't
symbolism.
bow? But what? Don't you think it's kind of crazy that you got a table of women who would not do the bow, but you'll let a guy splunk on your face
Because
on the first date?
the bowing
or second date,
represents
third date?
that you are, or the girl is below them.
But what do you think is more degrading? A guy blasting on your face, getting into your eye, your hair's all fucked up for a couple days, or 3 seconds, no effort? What's like more degrading?
I feel like some would argue that it's more degrading to bow.
That's
All right.
I don't know. That's just me personally.
that was a good line of reasoning.
I think it's just, I don't know, the other confusing thing, it's like, you as women, if you guys, maybe it's not your standard, but I think a lot of women How about this? Just show of hands. Who here wants a guy to pay for the first date? Michaela? She's kind of raising her hand. All right, you guys want men to pay for the first date. So let's say, do you think like $100 is like a reasonable price to pay for the first date for his meal, for yours? I think maybe it could be cheaper. Maybe it's like $50 or whatever. But I think like it wouldn't be uncommon for a guy to pay $100, like to take you to a decent restaurant, you know, a drink each, meal, whatever. If he's taking you somewhere really upscale, it could be a couple hundred or even into the thousands, right? It's like, so your expectation there, let's say the guy makes $20 an hour and it's a $100 meal. You expect him to work for 5 hours to take you on the date. Let's say he works a construction job. So you want a guy to physically labor to be able to take you on the date, but all I'm asking for is a bow that takes 3 seconds, but you want a guy to work hours to be able to take y'all out? How's it wrong for me to want a bow, but you want a guy to work multiple hours to take you out? Let's say he's digging ditches. He's got to literally dig a ditch. Shovel. Anybody here shovel? That's just hard.
Mm-hmm.
Pushback? Anybody?
Yeah,
Hello?
I think,
All right.
I think the bow symbolizes that the female is below the man, and in reality, the female is above the man. So I don't think that it would make any
All
sense
right.
to bow to a man.
Dude, she's so lost, man. She's so.
I mean,
I'm not lost at all, and let me explain
Wait, but the
why.
man is digging ditches. The man has to dig a ditch for 5 hours
As
out of
he
the day
should.
to
That's what
pay
he was
for the
made to
date.
do. That's what he was made to do.
That was almost
That's
my job
his
this
purpose.
summer.
That's what he was built for. And
Cutting
so
fiber.
women are more valuable because we can reproduce. Okay? So when it comes to any species, reproduction is the most important aspect to its survival. Okay? Women are reproduce, men are survival. Okay?
Women-
So men have to compensate for their lack of ability to reproduce with having other skills for survival, whereas women, the fact that we can reproduce alone makes us a superior, more valuable.
If the men disappear, the
Are
grid
you a
goes
female
down.
supremacist?
The refrigerators
Yes,
die.
I'm a female. I am.
The sperm dies.
I'm not a
You did
feminist.
say
I'm a female
superior.
supremacist.
Is that worse than the femicist?
That is wild.
Femicist?
It's more
Feminist?
radical.
Feminist?
Isn't that what
Feminist?
birds do? Like the peacocks.
They-
The male peacocks are always more beautiful, and they have to like put on a dance and stuff like that for the female peacocks.
Yeah, and the female peacocks
I mean, that's
do nothing.
an appeal to nature,
Same-
though.
same
the
with, like,
lion-
beta
But the
fish. Yeah,
lion.
Yeah, but lions, like, they let the women do all the hunting, and they just kick it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they
Don't
they
they do
bang
the fight?
all of the females.
Wait, do the-
one male.
Do the lionesses, do they do the fighting too, mate? Or I don't know.
Dude, it's crazy.
Well,
yeah.
they do the hunting.
They do the hunting.
Now, there is cases, for instance, there were lions. Lions actually will get revenge. There was hyenas who used to attack a single lion pride, and the lions actually went out and murdered all the hyenas. Like, they retroactively paid retribution on behalf of their tribe. Now, lions don't kill all lions who are around, just others who challenge their position if they're males. But the women do all the work. And the alpha lion generally humps all the women. That's just the way it is. Now, some of the other women in the tribe, they get humped by other male lions. That does happen at the, pride heads dictate. But I don't think it's a good idea for us to compare ourselves to lions. Obviously, we're not. I'm just pointing out
Right.
that if you wanted to reflect on how nature works and then apply it to humanity, definitely the males in nature run everything. I mean, the male sex in nature runs everything. They're always stronger. Well, not always, but almost always stronger. And they almost always set down the dictates.
I also want a girl who can make me a quilt.
Like what kind of quilt?
A very detailed quilt
How detailed?
that's comfortable and warm.
For you to sleep with?
So-
What
so
is
you
a
want
quilt?
the-
It's like a
you want
blanket,
the-
right?
Basically.
Ryan, you want the
Okay.
big needles? You want the big needle.
I do,
You want
yes.
the big needle knitting.
Yes. And if she doesn't know how to churn butter, she ain't the one.
She's been
Wool?
saving all his cum
Does that have to be a wool? It has to be a wool quilt.
Something like that. Let's pull up the video, Damien. Let's pull up the video. This is maybe, what do you guys think about this? Maybe related to the bow? Make it a little bigger, and also unmute the audio first before you play it. Refresh. Did you refresh it?
No. What's going on?
Just refresh it. Yeah, and then pause it immediately. Refresh.
F5?
Yeah. Pause. Unmute the audio. Make it one bigger. Play it. Yeah.
Submit to you. I will forever submit to you.
Ew.
I'll forever submit to you, Miles.
Ew.
I'll forever respect you, Miles. I'll forever honor you, Miles, as the head of our home and no other. There is no other, there is no one, no plans of hell will ever prosper in our marriage and will ever hold me not to be a wife that is a Proverbs 31 woman. I will become that woman that builds the home as I follow you, as you follow Christ. That is the only thing that we will do in our household. And I promise and I vow that in heaven they hear. On earth I declare and decree, I shall be a submissive wife unto you. As we continue to do this work of God, I'll forever.
Dang, dude.
Wait, I have a question.
I need that woman in my life.
Wait,
She's married.
Are
now.
you-
Wait a second. I just want to let all of you know, and you can be mad and see.
I'll get to you.
But every man who's a Christian who just watched that right now, who's
Yeah.
a Protestant, which I'm not, is thinking in their head, that's fucking right. That's exactly how things are supposed to be. Just pointing that out.
Yikes.
Go ahead, Shelby.
are you fully providing in every other aspect for your wife and for the family?
If you watch that video, she's going
I'm
through.
asking, like, if you're gonna like financially provide and provide like
Yes.
every other thing, is that like the exchange? Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, if this is my girl, I'm taking care of everything.
Then I think that's
She doesn't have to work,
yeah.
but there's going to be an expectation there that,
I agree with that.
yeah.
I think that video is beautiful. She's like, I respect you as the leader of the household. She's obviously, I don't know, she's deeply infatuated with the fact that he is like a man worthy of respect. And I think a lot of women are abhorred by that video because they've never met a man worthy of their respect. Like they've never met a man that was willing to do all of that. They have guys that are, no offense, but just worse situations where.
Okay, but hang on. Now we're getting back into the simp aspect, right? You keep on blaming men for this. Like,
Yeah, well,
you
yeah,
keep
go
on
ahead.
saying women aren't meeting the right guy. It's like, what is the right guy though? What
Well,
is
in her case, it's somebody that would provide, somebody that would ultimately be worthy of respect. I really
that?
don't
They want
think.
equality.
Yeah, well, I don't think she said that.
No, you don't want equality. You don't want to vote.
I honestly don't care.
Yeah. You don't want equality in any aspect of life.
No, I mean, as like, I want to be feminine and I don't want to have to worry about certain things. I want the man in my life, I want to be able to have him lead and have my respect for him to do so.
Andrew, do you think?
That's totally fair. Let me just ask you, what is it that he gets? What does he get?
He gets my submissiveness and my nurturing feminine abilities, and for me to make the house a home and to be there for him emotionally and for what he needs to
Does he
be
get obedient?
the masculine version of himself.
Are you going to do what he says
Yeah.
within the confines of reason?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, that's fair. So let's say that the two of you are in an argument about where to send your kids to school, and you are adamant that your children should be in a different school than the one that he thinks your kids should be in. Why? Well, it disrupts your schedule. You have to drive an hour and a half out of the way. Should you obey and do what he's asking you to do anyway, even though you don't think that it conforms to reason?
Yeah. And the person that I marry, I would assume that our beliefs and what he is trying to build is something that I would respect, and I would want to build with that as well, like build with him.
Those things change.
Huh?
Those things change. People's priorities change.
But Andrew, do you believe that all men are worthy of that kind of respect from a woman?
From at least a woman.
From a woman.
The truth is that most women, right, seem to put themselves above men. And this is because they get a lot of sexual attention from most men. Because men are willing to sleep with them, they seem to categorize that with most men want to be with them. These are two distinct categories. So my question would just be simply this. To most women, you want, if you're a traditional woman, you want the man to take care of things financially. You want the man to take care of you. What does he get? Most women will just say he gets me. What do you get? Well, you get everything paid for. You get your entire life planned out for you. You have a man who will wake up at night and die on your behalf. If the boat is going down, he gets on, or you get on it, and he stays with the boat.